Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas Eve. This is another episode of the Daily Bone podcast where we talk about all things crypto. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Memecoins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about alts gaining strength versus Bitcoin. As Bitcoin falls on the day, we talk about the return of Pengu and other mid-cap meme coins. And we're going to talk about the latest from the meme coin trenches, as well as dive into a little airdrop farming, talk a little bit about abstract, talk a little bit about what's going on over there, what we're looking at. Is it Blast 2.0? Is it something else? Merry Christmas Eve, boys. How you feeling, Clemente? How's the weather down there in Chile?
It's fantastic, Ray. It is 85 and sunny. It's a little bit of a dry heat here. It's hot. It's actually hot today. We don't have AC here, so I woke up in a puddle of sweat.
You guys don't have air conditioning?
No, we do not.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know actually. I've never had air conditioning actually ever. In Seattle, I didn't have it. Here, I didn't have it. So yeah, it's hot. It's hot. I was sweating up a storm, man. It was nasty. But we're living, man. We're living. I like the hat, Ray. It's very, very festive. Are you going to be Santa Claus today?
I will not be Santa Claus today. I may dabble in some Santa Claus tomorrow, though.
I would love to see a Ray Santa Claus outfit. For sure.
Claus?
Yeah, Quant Claus would be fantastic.
Blade,
Blade's asking if I have a new pair of drawers. No, I do not. No.
Same pair from yesterday?
Same pair from yesterday. Thanks for asking. Yeah, but it's a very Merry Christmas, Ray, especially because we're seeing a little bit of a recovery on the price front. I'm very excited about it, and looks like things might be turning around. I'm excited.
Oh, we've seen a nice little run here since the show, or since I prepped the show about 30 minutes ago. Bitcoin's up over 96K. Damn, nice little recovery there. What's going on? Is it Santa Rally? Is he here? He left the North Pole. He's beginning to drop gifts into our bags.
Yeah, I called him. He said Clemente's still wearing the same pair of drawers. Send it. As soon as you take them off, though, price goes down. Just a heads up.
What if I told you I was commando right now? Whoa.
Way more bullish.
Santa Claus is coming to pump your bags.
Yeah, can we have like a Clemente? That'd actually be a really funny video if you do like a Clemente Christmas, like a very Clemente Christmas. You just do like 5 or 6 songs, just incorporate crypto into the classics.
That'd be good.
That'd
be good. Album, double platinum.
Ray, we were when we were in Sarasota, we were talking about or Miami, and we were talking about maybe doing like a Bodago's Christmas album. I feel like that would have been so funny.
Yeah. That'd have been good.
Yeah, 100%. Love it. Lot to talk about today. We had a Clemente weather report yesterday. Why don't we just do another?
So let's do another Clemente one today.
Yeah, he's already looking at it. He's already fired up. I see him chomping at the bit over there. Let's do a little Clemente weather report, and then we'll dive into all the action today.
All right, you guys ready for this? For this?
Wrong button, minus 300.
Fucking idiot.
What?
Yep.
Minus 600.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Daily Bone Podcast. It's Tuesday, December 24th. The Santa Rally is around the corner. It is Merry Christmas Eve. Looking over at the crypto roundup, Bitcoin is falling while alts rally. We got Bitcoin at 96K, Ethereum at 3,400, and Solana at 182. The leading top 100 coin was Virtual on Base, which is up 16% to a $3.1 billion market cap. I can't be reading that correctly. That is a
say one more time.
Coin. $3.1 billion. Insane. Over the past 24 hours, season 4 of Tensor Rewards ended. The Solana NFT marketplace and their airdrop claim checker went live. You want free cash? No better way to celebrate Christmas with some free money. Airdrop claims will be increased 25% when claimed inside of the Vector app. You know what I'm going to be doing? You can head to the Bodago's Discord to get your Vector app code right now. Next up, we saw strength on the meme coin sector as many mid-caps bounced off the local lows. This was led by Pengu up 30% to a $3.2 billion FTV. I would argue it was led by Fartcoin up 60%. Guess who bought the dip? Shaboy did. Finally, we saw some bullish international news as an eToro survey showed that 34% of UAE retail investors plan to increase crypto investments this year, and BounceBit partnered with Google to expand RWA. That's real world asset adoption into Southeast Asia, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very Merry Christmas Eve. It's sunny. It's getting warm. The Santa rally might be here. Back over to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always. We need to get like a purely Spanish weather report from you one of these days. That'd be fun. Just go and translating on the fly. See all of our viewers' heads explode in the process.
They come in like, ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. Weather es muy caliente.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That was good.
All right, so you brought it up. You called
da.
Fartcoin at the Pico bottom, essentially, right? Local bottom of Fartcoin, absolutely nailed it.
My plan was to DCA, Ray, but I didn't buy enough. Dude, I only bought 2 SOL worth, but like so if you look at like straight up, I was gonna put at least 10 SOL into it, but then I mean, look at this buy, Ray. Is this not like the greatest buy of like I might frame this for people listening.
Out, frame it, put it on the wall.
This is my motivation now. So for people just listening, yesterday I basically bottom ticked Fartcoin at 578 million. The chart looks beautiful. Has since then rebounded off the 578. It's back up to almost 1 billion. I was very happy about this, Ray. This was basically the only profitable trade I made yesterday. Yesterday on BullX, I started the day with 16 Solanas, and it is down to 0.7. So remember, folks, don't quit your day job if you are just gambling on internet vaporware.
You evaporated 16 SOL yesterday?
Yeah, I don't know how. Well, okay.
I feel like you were having
holding it. Are you holding anything still?
But you know what the thing is? I mean, no, not really. So, but like, so hold on here. I'm gonna show my. Yeah, I'm gonna. I raised. So over the past 24 hours, this is like I've only lost $600. So, yeah, that's it. I don't know.
I don't trust the portfolio numbers on realized P&L. I've learned to not trust them very much.
Because I'm down. I'm like, okay, I'm only down $600, but where did my
unrealized P&L? I don't believe. The realized I do.
Hey, your boys made some cash though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can trust that realized P&L, dog. Wow, Blake with a compliment. I watched Clemente's Fartcoin video yesterday, and it's the first time that MFer made sense. Congrats on the W. Wow. Thank you, man. That means a lot. That means a lot. Keezy going, how the hell you do that? Referring to how I lit 16 SOL on fire yesterday. I literally don't know. I swear I was having like maybe my wallet.
I thought you were having a pretty good day from what I saw.
I thought I was. No, I think my wallet got drained or something, guys. I think I'm gonna have to investigate this. I literally don't know how that happened. Like I didn't really make. This is a good call. I'm gonna go investigate this. Hey, thanks for the good call, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is unreal.
Yeah, looks like somebody decided to buy a lot more vaporware yesterday than I thought.
No, because this actually doesn't make sense. Dude, how did I just
like how you came on, you're like, I had 16 SOL yesterday, and now I'm down to 0.7. You're like, it was a tough day. Like not even like addressing like how it happened. Are you sure you had 16 SOL is the question?
I did have 16 SOL in this wallet. And I'm looking at like my worst. I didn't have really any catastrophic loss. I mean, I lost a couple SOL here and there, but like
check the SOL scan.
Look at this. Like, I mean, I don't see any I mean, there's some nasty losses here for show.
You've been trading the last 2 hours pretty rapidly.
I bought so many things the last 2 hours. I woke up this morning. I woke up in a puddle of sweat. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna trade some.
Oh my god, they're still going through the last 10. We gotta increase more per.
All right, chill, Ray. All right, quit pocket watching.
Dude, there's so many. What have you been up to all morning, bro?
It was actually
Clemente woke up in a deep sweat, no AC, and is now.
That is literally what happened. I woke up so early. I was like, dude, what am I supposed to do for the next like 2 hours? All right.
I don't see any big buys in here, though, is the thing. Like, I don't see any like big like transfers. They're all like 0.3, 0.4.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, and I was like, I wasn't trading badly. Like I had like a 40% hit rate. So it wasn't like I don't know how I could have just evaporated 16 SOL. I put 2 SOL into Fartcoin, right? So that's a little bit, but
then you put like 0.4 SOL into 60 other pairs.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, back over to you, Ray. Please. Moving on.
Moving on. Let's talk about this. Bitcoin dominance was falling, but now Bitcoin's recovered. I'm interested to know what you think, Easy, about when we potentially see an altcoin season. If you see Bitcoin
Q1 next year.
Next year, what do you think? Like early, or you just kind of like it's just really up in the air?
I mean, hopefully just like end of Jan, Feb, start of Feb, but we'll see. It'll be interesting. Like, to be honest, I don't have like the market. Like, you have a massive soul unlock, but I kind of think that that's starting to be more priced in because so many people are writing it off as a sell off. I don't know. It's tough to say. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, I don't really care. Like, I kind of just I want the trenches to just stay active because I'm having more fun trading shitcoins than anything else.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. And like, what are you looking at for like confirmation of like altcoin season beginning, like, and then like starting to potentially trade there? Like, what would be like the signs you'd be looking for in terms of like Bitcoin price action or alt price action that like you would say, okay, now we've entered alt season officially?
I want Bitcoin to kind of just cool off. Like, that's really the main thing. Like, you need Bitcoin to not go up or down. You need it to just kind of trade flat.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we have been trading around this like 10% plus or minus on the 100K mark for two almost like 3 weeks now, essentially. If that trend continues, maybe we see that. Interested to see what's going to go on there. We talked about the Fartcoin recovery. Pengu's back up over 3 billion FTVs. You got to be happy there. Are you still holding that whole Pengu bag, or have you been making some moves there?
I'm still holding the majority of it. I sold it at first and then was like, where else am I going to park this money? So I bought back in basically exactly where I sold it. So it was more of just like a tax deductible moment that it was unnecessary. And I don't know why I made that move. Just being like impatient. So it was kind of one of those things where it's like sometimes it's better to just sit on your hands. And that's what I should have done. So in turn, now I'm back in it, been holding it, literally the exact same entry point of where I sold it. So negligible change. We're up now, thankfully, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how the market moves with it. I think that it's got some major potential, is what I like to think.
Yeah, I mean, 2.2 market
like
cap, 3.2 FDV right now. Price action looks good. I mean, basically the all-time high outside of that initial wick is like a $2.5 billion market cap, only 15% above where we're at now.
Yeah, so
that's
that
surprising.
looks pretty good to me.
This quickly. What are you looking at for price targets for the next leg up?
Like 4 to 5 bill.
So I have an interesting stat here that I wanted to share. I saw a tweet from Tyler D this morning about the Pengu token claims, and basically what he's is the true circulating supply of Pengu is listed as 70% right now, but basically he was sharing that the actual float is more like 45% than 70%. So the true market cap is actually higher. Is lower, right? Is only 1.4 billion than 2.2. So basically what he's saying is despite the basically the circulating supply is lower than what's actually being shared, and the true market cap is around like 1.4, 1.5 bill, which feels bullish.
I mean, that feels better than where it's at right now.
Do we know what's going to happen with unclaimed airdrops?
It gets burned.
Burned?
No, it gets locked. Well, yeah, it gets
locked.
They have 88 days to claim from the start.
Right. So I'm wondering what happens after that 88 days, if that supply is gone or that supply gets funneled back into community rewards. Gone. Okay. Yeah, that makes
They're going to funnel it. They're actually going to funnel it back into my account. Actually,
because I think there's going to be a lot of wallets out there. Like even the people who have claimed, like I can imagine there being wallets out there where I still have Pengu allocation.
Yeah, just a handful, like the dusting of it, the great dusting.
That's interesting. Looking at over at some other winners on the day, Unicorn Fart Dust up 67%. We talked about this yesterday, up back to $170 million market cap on Unicorn Fart Dust, bouncing nicely off the bottom. It's looking to break out again on the daily. Maybe zoom in a little bit here. Looking to get back to those levels. It got up to 280. Could see this being interesting. And I was saying like Unicorn Fart Dust could flip Fartcoin. I think that's still like possible in one of these worlds that exists. Murad's Memecoins also doing well today. Giga up 28%, Mini up 27%, SPX 24, Flog up 17. So seeing a nice day across the board.
Flog's not on his list.
He has been tweeting about it lately though. Like it has been on a number of his graphs. Flog and Mudang have kind of like entered the category. I wouldn't be surprised if he like eventually adds them or like says they like fit the bill. But yeah, green across the board today, which is great. Even the Avalanche meme coins cock up almost 10% on the day.
Should have taken cock this week, dude.
Should have taken cock this week, obviously. And Ripple memes are up. Army
should have just sat on the cock position.
All right.
Damn.
All right. Wow.
What?
All right. So I know you guys have I mean Clemente not so much, but Easy, you've been doing well in the trenches lately. What have you been looking for in terms of new pairs? Like what's the meta been lately? I haven't been too deep into the trenches. I've been like paying a little bit more attention to some other things. But I'd be interested to say like here, like what the state of the trenches is currently. Like what have you seen? Are they hot? Are they cooling off? Is there any sort of meta that's like current?
I
right
definitely
now
don't think they're cool. I mean, like there's winners every day still, and I don't think that that's gonna change anytime soon. I think that right now it's more just like picking your positions and kind of just hoping that one of those positions, works out for you. It's the meta question's tough because like I don't really think that there is a meta right now. Because I mean like Christmas, I guess. But like I don't really believe that holiday meme coins are the play. Like,
yeah, like maybe for a quick flip if it's something that's gonna get like quick attention, but I'm not buying this like red nose Santa 1 here at 630.
No one cares about a Santa Claus AI after like an hour.
Yeah. So not interested there. Not interested in holiday coins in general unless they're like super funny and like can like get like quick attention and I'm getting them early. But, like, yeah. Not seeing too much on the boards right now.
So I had a failed trade. I heard this morning that American and I don't know what went wrong, but I heard this morning, I read the news that American Airlines had shut all of their airlines down. Had to ground all of their flights this morning due to a technical error. So I look and I see someone create a meme coin. American Airlines CTO. It was at 10K. I put 2 SOL into that puppy. 2 SOL. I was like, boom, this is a generational trade. I'm gonna make it all back. Boom. It got clapped. So I don't know what happened. I thought this was perfect. And I was like, I'm going to just profit off of people's flights being canceled. This is going to go viral from people freaking out, all this stuff. And that's an example of just, not all the trades are going to go well for you, but you just got to keep.
I don't think I've ever seen a chart like this.
It was tough. It was
like a gap and a wick.
I don't even know what that is.
That's wild. So FAA CTO didn't work out. Yeah, I saw you going ham in the Bodogas Discord. Everyone I clicked on was at like 3K.
That's disgusting.
Like it was like an hour later, and I looked at everyone. They were all zero.
Clemente, that's a downright disgusting behavior.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud. I mean, everyone's had those days, right? Where like, things just aren't going your way, but you can't let it affect your confidence. You can't let it affect your confidence.
Retweet.
Stay in the pocket. You have to do some manifestations. I did a lot of breath work this morning and I felt good. I still feel confident in my.
I did a lot of breath work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did some breath work. That's good to hear. Speaking of breath work, last night I wasn't in the meme coin trenches. I was looking at Abstract.
Let's go.
You're talking a little bit about Abstract pre-show. Interested to see like what people are going to think. Clemente, I'm interested to hear on your takes on Abstract in general. And then like we were talking about this tweet here. I'd love to hear like your response to like the Abstract ecosystem tweets about farmers as well.
Yeah, so there's a couple things on Abstract. Like I think it's going to be really interesting. The strategic play they did of Pengu leading into Abstract is really smart because they have just a huge community now that they can tap into. My fear after farming Blast for quite some time, earlier this year and seeing how that played out is that I have a fear that Abstract is going to fall into the same thing where like it takes time for products, for community, for culture to get built. And if you don't have things for people to speculate on, for people to buy, like post TGE, it's hard to keep them there. Right. So it's like what dApps, what meme coins are interesting on Abstract, right? Like Blast, I will say, had I feel like had way more anticipation, way more things going into it. Granted, it was a different market, but like Blast is like, what did Blast debut at? It was it didn't perform that well. And then like now you see like the narrative of Abstract being like the anti-farmer chain, right? Of like farmers will get burned or whatever. Like farmers are just people that want to use your platform. They're your early users. So granted, yes, they want to make money. They're using it because they want to make money, but so is everyone else that's using your chain. So like saying that farmers are going to get burned is a weird narrative for me to get behind. I'm still going to use Abstract, and I think it could do well given the like the culture and the kind of audience and distribution that Pudgies have. But all in all, it's a weird narrative for me to understand, and I don't know how well Abstract is going to end up doing or how they plan to avoid the Blast. Literally, what happened to Blast, and I feel like Blast has way more builders on it than Abstract.
Yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen with the TGE of Abstract, the timing, how it's going to like coincide with the chain launch. Is there going to be like that same kind of like farming period? But it sounds like they're going to go with a different model than Blast for sure, based on these tweets. I dove into it last night, basically just trying to familiarize myself with different products. I jumped on the test net, got some of the test net from the faucets. I launched a meme coin on one of the launch pads, followed some NFT projects, made a Twitter list, basically doing all the prep work to just immerse myself in the ecosystem, because I think even though farming may be lucrative, like I care less about the farming and more about making money on the way. The way that Blast worked like well is that like I got into trades early, I got into projects early, I made money on those projects, and then also got rewarded with gold with future token. So like the way to play these is not like be the exit liquidity once the hype's there. The way to play these is to understand what's going on with the chain early, get in on the ground level, and then like those farmers coming in are your exit liquidity.
Exactly. Yeah, right. That's a great point that you bring up. What was the most profitable thing about Blast was not the farming. It was the risk on environment that the farming environment created, because people thought that a lot of their losses were going to be reimbursed basically by the token, right? So I think that's what's interesting about a pre-TGE chain environment is there's people that have, it creates more of a risk on environment. You can get away with a lot more stuff on the speculation front, right? Like shitty NFT projects will get away with minting out. There'll be meme coins that run to way too much because they're only on Abstract, versus if they were on Solana, they literally wouldn't do anything, right? So that's what I think is way more interesting on Abstract than trying to farm it, right? I think you bring up a really good point.
Easy, I bought in as well.
See, I've added. I saw. Easy deep in the trenches right now. Yep, accurate. What were you guys saying?
we were talking about Abstract, Easy.
I did hear that part. Ray set up a Twitter list. Ray minted a meme coin on testnet, which will go live on mainnet if you can find that free airdrop for all testnet traders.
Yeah, no, I launched the RCIV meme coin.
Is that did you title it after yourself?
Yeah, obviously.
I like that.
I mean, it's definitely one of
the
the top
meme
coins on Abstract right now.
That might be the only one.
No, we're pumping here.
Oh no, there's a lot. A lot of original ideas here.
So this is basically for people listening, we're watching basically the pump.fun for meme coins on Abstract.
Yep. Yeah, there's been 1, 2, 3. There's been 4 buyers of my token, 1 seller. This is on testnet of Abstract. This is the vibe.xyz platform, one that I'll be watching and like basically familiarizing myself with for the launch, because like this is where like launch day, there's going to be meme coins launching and people are going to be trading them, like speculating that early tokens are going to run. So I will be paying very close attention to this launch pad. There's a number of others as well, but I think this one is kind of like the market leader at this point.
What's the bridge going to look like to get money on there?
I'd probably just be like any other bridge, to be honest. Just a bridge. I don't know about like
MetaMask wallet. What wallet? Rabby?
I'm using Rabby.
EVM?
Yeah, okay. EVM. I'm using Rabby.
Okay.
Share the damn CA. You don't want the CA Bachelor Society. We're both down on it.
I'm down astronomically at the moment.
Easy's down bad. I'm down just like a little bit. I got into. I didn't see Easy buy until like way down. He just keeps averaging down, which is funny.
I would have been up, but then I saw Clemente buy in, and now I'm down.
So yeah,
Since
that's
he bought in.
so basically what we're talking about for people wondering is BullX has a sick wallet tracking feature, so you can like I have Easy and Ray's wallet, but the problem with it is Easy riles me up when I buy in. So when I see Easy buy in and he buys 5 soul worth, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll buy half a soul more, I'll buy another soul, and then we just start rallying, and then the dip keeps dipping, and we just rile each other up to buy more, and we end up losing money. So while it's a great feature, you can get burned, as we are currently displaying right now on the current.
Not about 2.5 Solamo. It's not fun, boys.
Yeah, but if you want to join and track some wallets, you can get some cool features. Go to sign up at BullX at bodagos.com/BullX, and you can skip the wait list, get plugged in with us. Yeah, shout out to BullX.
Yeah, follow our wallets for trades that are not this one specifically, obviously, as this one has absolutely hammered us.
Not this one, not this one. It's going to come back. That's going to come back. Our special secret sauce alpha is saying it'll be back.
Yeah, it's a special secret sauce alpha with stuff going behind the scenes potentially for big doggos. Let's Easy. I'm curious. Are you going to be spending the time to farm abstract? Are you planning on doing that, or is it going to be something that like you'll have to just like wait and see? And I'm
going to just wait and see.
Okay.
Like, to be honest, I don't really. It's going to sound bad, but like, dude, after Blast, like, I don't really want to spend a lot of time farming at all. I just don't want to.
I mean, it's a combination of trading and farming. I mean, I think you're better in the meme coin trenches. I feel like I'm just stronger in emerging markets where, like
it's all my inside information.
Well, you should be better in emerging markets like than you are at meme coins, but you're better at meme coins. And
I just like meme coins more, dude. I like to click the button. I like to press the button. That's the difference.
Well, you know,
granted though, like, dude, shout out Blast because I found Fantasy Top.
Yeah,
like that is high key the one thing that makes me happy.
Their new, I like their new rework. Have you been? Did you put your lineups in this week, Clemente?
Oh yeah, I've been in, dog. I've been in, dog.
I that's the one thing I don't like about Fantasy Top is I have to sit there and I always forget to freaking set my lineup.
They have an auto button now. You can add a deck and you just click the auto button. It adds all 5 in for your top score, and then off you go. Bob's your uncle.
Who the fuck is Bob?
He's his uncle. Probably listening right now. Bob, if you're in the crowd, I want to hear another story about Clemente. We didn't get any yesterday, so Clemente's uncle. Let's get a story about Clemente from some embarrassing moment of his past.
Boys, I just dumped it.
So okay, very interesting. Anyways, Ray, you wanted to talk about ordinals?
I did a little bit. So we had like a little mini pump. So Santa came over to the ordinals side of things. Ordinal Maxibus, that's one we haven't talked about in a while. I'm curious where we'd rank ordinals going forward in terms of like top collections. What do you want to own out of this? We saw green across the board for the first time. It's been pretty red. Pizza Pets is gonna fucking send. I know it.
Pizza Pets,
killing on my fucking
Pets, the #1 collectible in your pocket.
My bad, Bachelor Society. I'm gonna launch a stream drop just for you right now. If you haven't signed up, go to stream.xyz, streamhq.xyz, or bodogos.com/stream. Sign up for stream. We're running stream drops. Are an Animoca incubated project. I'm just shouting them out because we love working with them. And Sneaker Dad asked for a stream drop. So I'm launching one now. We have the new color matching game. Okay, back to ordinals. Pizza Pet's up 24% after my pets died. Of course that happened. I'm curious about what you think about maybe these top 3 collections and what you would like to own between OMB, Bitcoin Puppets, and Quantum Cats. Like, what do you think going forward, like, interests you in terms of ordinals? Clemente, I know you've been big into ordinals. Like, which of these ecosystems interests you the most and why?
So I am Bitcoin Puppets are my default. At 0.14, I've said it before. I think they're going to $100,000 at least in the next 12 months. That continues to be the case. I would be open to buying one if a few people wanted to split one with me, because I don't feel good about spending $13,000 on one. But I really like Bitcoin Puppets. Quantum Cats is the most interesting one for me out of the top right now. Quantum Cats are interesting. They've slowly been grinding up. They're up, I think, over 2x in the last few days, in the last week or so. Like slowly looking really strong. Initially, I was hesitant on Udi the founder of Taproot Wizards, he's been like holding off on launching his Taproot Wizards for so long. It's been almost a year now. But I think he's played it off very well strategically. They've raised a good amount of capital. They're going to launch, what's that? OpCat is going to be like this team is cracked. This team is cracked. And no, it's not. So I think Quantum Cat is the most interesting play in terms of like an execution risk. Like betting on a team, right, is pretty much Quantum Cat's the best bet you can make right now. But if you just want to go pure play collectible route, I think Bitcoin puppets are the most interesting here. Ordinal MaxiBiz are also like interesting, and the Node Monkeys, but for some reason, Bitcoin puppets and Quantum Cats are the most interesting to me.
I think, yeah, it's interesting because you have like three sides of this. You have like Bitcoin puppets, like pure meme, Quantum Cats, pure tech, and then Ordinal MaxiBiz kind of like falls somewhere in between. I think it feels like Kabali almost.
Yeah.
I know Easy has an OMB, so that makes a ton of sense. Like that's where like all the insiders who get all the insider information want to go.
Yeah.
They go into the OMBs. Node Monkeys is, I guess we didn't mention Node Monkeys, but like I don't see them, like people keep calling them the crypto punks of yeah, there we go. The crypto punks of Bitcoin, but I don't know. It just seemed like it was very forced. The distribution method like wasn't the same. It was like a huge fundraise initially. They did that like crazy Dutch auction. I know they're like low inscription numbers, like the lowest inscription 10K collection or whatever. But I don't know if they're gonna like be able to build that same community and lore that like CryptoPunks have. I think it's just like a different environment. Like maybe like if they were like inscribed initially when that first like wave of ordinals happened as that collection, like as a 10K collection, and were like a cheap or free mint, I could see it. But I think the way that it went down, I don't think that they kind of get to that level that CryptoPunks got on Bitcoin.
Yeah. Ray, and if I were to pick a like a cheap ordinals, I would go base angels are interesting, but I don't like the derivatives of like the 20th Milady derivative. I like Nat Cats at 0.013. Purely collectible. You got to scroll down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. So Nat Cats are interesting. I sold mine actually back in the day for like 0.02 Bitcoin. I think I would be interested in buying one here at 0.013.
So they peaked at 0.137 at their height. Another local top at 0.075, but they've been pretty flat around the 0.01 level for the last like 10 months. They had a little run where they 2x'd earlier this month, but they have retraced now 0.013. So like at this 0.013 level, like this is essentially their like historical bottom.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting play here.
I've always like against my will. I bag held one for like 8 months, and I kept thinking they would go away, but they've held pretty strong. And I think I wouldn't fade the community there. And I think those are interesting. Yeah. So that would be like my cheap option would be a Nat Cat there at 0.013. The other one that's also worth, like, if you really want to go down the risk curve, a Rune Stone would maybe be worth monitoring, right? If I remember correctly.
Do you still get airdrops or anything from a Runestone?
Right. So Runestone, the speculation is, and I'm sure the Ordinals people weigh in here that know more than me, that once Dog Go to the Moon hit $1 billion market cap, that there would be another airdrop for the Runestones. Was, if I remember that correctly. So if you're listening and maybe I'm wrong, let me know. But that would be the speculation there, and they're pretty cheap here at 0.005. So
yeah, I mean, there could be some like interesting runes that like were initially inscribed that could like tie into that. Like we haven't heard from the first rune ever. We haven't heard like a peep out of Fehu like ever since they launched. I don't even know I can find that sorting on here. That could be interesting, but I don't know the connection. I think the price would have pumped. I do like the base angels, and I'm like kicking myself because I've like have noticed them. They were like essentially free for a while. Like they were very free for a while. Like 0.0025 free. So like 20, you could buy these for $25. Now they're trading over $200, like a clean 10x from earlier in the year. I saw some of the Kongs guys who do like podcasts talking about these. I think these continue to cook. Like this would be my bet for like risk return. If you wanted to go down the risk curve, like this would be the one. Grab like a handful of these. I could see these easily getting 5x from here to 0.1 during ordinal season. I mean, Milady derivs. Yeah, I mean, someone in the crowd mentioned it. They're the number 2 deriv by market cap right now. 5.6K supply at, you know, roughly $210 a piece over a 1 sol floor essentially for these right now, which is, I think, interesting.
I would agree. Yeah, I mean, I guess I see the case for it. I can't buy them at this price. 0.02 Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard after they've 10x'd already.
Yeah,
but, I mean, they've held support at this 0.18 level for 2 months now, so it just could be the new normal.
For sure. Yeah. Ordinals are interesting. And then we have yet to see really any action on the runes side of things. I think, again, continuing. I made a video on this, but I wouldn't fade the runes community. If you're looking to accumulate, this could maybe be a good time. It could go down, but I like the prices here, and it's just accumulation season at this time.
You heard it first here. It's accumulation season from Clemente. We are in the green. All Bitcoin stuff seems to be in the green today, which is nice. These are
I love it.
Sats. Yeah, so like they're gaining versus Bitcoin, which is interesting to see. Yeah, 20% almost for $1 billion cap. I'm just gonna keep holding mine. If there's anything interesting, I enjoy minting them for free as opposed to paying. But we'll see.
Can we talk? Can we talk about what's happening with Hype? Like, is there any update on what's going on there?
So it was addressed by their team essentially. They basically said that like, hey, they're obviously their security like is top of mind essentially. I think there was like issues with like people didn't like how Taylor the White Hat who like kind of like revealed the North Korean like activity.
So there's basically a cracked white hat guy, a security guy that was like, hey, Hyperliquid, there's a North Korean hacker using your platform right now trying to find an exploit. You guys should talk to me about it. Right. And then they were like, maybe like we're good or something like that.
Like, yeah, essentially. I think like they didn't bring the Taylor on, the hacker who like kind of found the issue. Like they didn't like bring him on to like figure out what's going on. Like they basically said like we handle security like internally. But I mean the Hype token saw a ton of volume. I mean it's retraced its losses at this point. I think a lot of people are just pointing to the fact that there's like there's 4 validators that are like basically holding the TVL. And like 3 out of 4 of them, sorry, Tay is a girl. I didn't realize that. And you know, 3 out of 4 of them would need to be like taken control of to end up like causing an exploit. But we're up to almost $30 on Hyperliquid. One thing that's been interesting to look at is the TVL has dropped like pretty significantly from its peaks last week. It dropped from 2.8 billion last Tuesday to 1.6 billion this morning in terms of TVL on Hyperliquid. So that's like a bit concerning for sure, and probably due to a bit of this FUD and the blow off top that we saw. But I think like in terms of the ecosystem, like obviously there's a lot of value in this contract. Obviously North Korea is going to be interested in like trying to exploit the system. So you would think that any kind of like protocol that holds this sort of value has like security in place that could prevent potential issues.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, Tay must have been asking for a lot of money, right? That would be the like basically get me on your team and in turn you pay me a shit ton of money.
Yeah, right? I don't know exactly how like the logistics of that were. I just know that like Tay was like the word on the street is that Tay was basically trying to like be part of it and be involved and like wasn't involved. So
got it.
Are you guys talking about Hyperliquid, the Solana killer?
Yeah.
It's actually ultrasound money. That's why. Just rewarded to the community. It's probably going to displace the US dollar and take Bitcoin's seat as the leading dominant ecosystem. The Hyperliquid token, that is.
That's what people were saying about what was that stupid thing that they were trying to say was the Bitcoin
Ethereum?
Killer? No. There's something else. Even
Filecoin?
Yeah, Filecoin.
Bitcoin Cash.
No, not even. Kix was like pinging me about one of them. Maybe it began with a K. I'm sure people in the audience.
Oh, Caspa.
Caspa, yeah.
That was a joke.
I'm pretty sure isn't it still doing well?
I think so.
No. It's doing terrible.
Like you guys on the show, Bitcoin's up 3K since this morning. I'm sure that's what prompted Pio to jump on this morning. And
no, I wanted to make sure I came on. I'm sorry I'm late. I was drinking coffee and boiling eggs, and then just realized it was already 9:40. I was like, dude, you said you were gonna get on the show on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everybody. I like Ray's festive Christmas hat. Nick pinged me and was like, I'm not gonna work tomorrow. I was like, yeah, I know. It's literally fucking Christmas. It's a federal holiday. Like, I did not expect you to work tomorrow. And then he just responded, I expect everyone to work. So he was having a fun time.
So we get Jewish founder. That's what happens.
Nah.
Yeah,
delete this.
He's checked out for 12 days of Hanukkah. Here.
Clemente, tell the people what your mom confronted you about yesterday after our meeting.
Oh, I need to make sure she's not listening. Oh yeah, I don't think she's here. I think she might be. No, so Pio and I were brainstorming skits yesterday. So we were talking about like I was outside, and by the way, I'm at my parents' place. And we were talking about like brainstorming skits of like a girl with a girl actor that Pio can do. And at one point we were brainstorming, and we were like coming up with good hooks or good like premises, and I just straight up go, I stopped having sex with my girlfriend because of crypto. Like I was just spewing off random stuff. My mom just like at dinner was like, what was that? Like, what were you talking
in front of the family?
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, yikes. I also showed them the AVAX skit we did, thinking they'd find it really funny. They were just like, what? Like, who are those women? Who are those women you asked to go home with you? I was like, it's a joke.
Did anybody think it was funny?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I like Clemente's like facial like expressions during it. That made it for me.
No, I know other people thought it was funny. It was a very funny sketch. I'm asking if Clemente's family did.
Oh,
Ray's was like, I thought it was funny. Yeah, no shit. It's a hilarious sketch, Ray. Thank you.
He was like, fuck you, I wasn't talking to you. Shut up, Ray. It works.
They just didn't understand really the concept of like buying AVAX was the hiccup there. So I was like, just imagine it's buying Dogecoin or buy whatever. And they're like, oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so boys, it's the 24th of December during the halving year. 4 years ago, Bitcoin was ripping from literally like 10 or 12K to 30K at this time. Like by 2 weeks from now, it was 30K. And then by 1 month later, it was 50K. That was the setup last time. And the Beeple NFT sale was in February. So call that like 6 weeks from now. Actually, it might have even been after that. So NFTs really hadn't even gotten started at that time. Right now, and people are trying to like now throw stones at Solana, I think, a little teeny weeny bit, right? What do you guys think are the highest upside maneuvers that you can make right now? I'm going to throw out some names, and I'd love to hear just everybody's discussion on this. Dogecoin. I'm going to throw that name out there. I'm going to throw the name Pengu out there. I'm going to throw the name Near out there, since I know Easy's a big Near guy. I'm going to throw Sui out there. And I'm going to throw, let's throw this Hyperliquid thing, since clearly you can't ignore it. The news articles of Hyperliquid every week are like, it's still going up. It's just like, dude, I was like, what is this thing? What are we even talking about with this thing? And let's talk about AVAX as well. I think ApeCoin's another name. Out of these names, what do we think are the highest upside maneuvers?
Highest upside maneuvers amongst those names you just named, in terms of like throw all caution to the wind. What can go the highest, or like what are you doing in terms of like a risk adjusted like play?
Like, look, I build massive positions and things that I believe in, and I just let them sit there. Massive to me, probably not massive to many whales out there. And so all those assets that I named, I think are justifiable to build significant positions in. Like, I'm not going to go build a significant position in Flavia, right? Like, I'm not going to just go and do that. But all those other things, you know, it's a different story. I don't know how people are like building huge positions and stuff like GOAT, when it's just like, yeah, it came out 2 months ago and it's an AI meme coin. I'm like, okay, you go build a massive position. That's crazy. And I own the thing, by the way. So I'm not even talking smack about GOAT, but I'm just like, I'm not going to go plow 30 grand into GOAT right now. That seems like a big move. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'd be curious what you guys think about those different assets.
Out of those assets you listed, in terms of what I think will, like, if you have the same conviction in all of them and you have no issue with risk, I mean, obviously, I think the highest upside is probably Pengu at 3 billion. I'd imagine.
What it's at right now?
Yep. Yeah,
it's Pengu, near Hyperliquid. What was the last one?
Doge.
No, Doge looks good. Doge looks good for 2x.
So wow, Pengu, dude. I did not know it was at 3.15B. What the hell? I did not know that.
3B.
3.21B.
Yeah, it had a night. We talked about it earlier in the show. Up 40% almost on the day.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Real quick. So one thing about Doge, just like Bitcoin, with Doge, the move was to never sell it. If you had just, if I had never sold any Doge, I'd have an outrageous amount of Doge. Like literally, you shouldn't sell this thing. I don't know. It's crazy.
Doge to $1 is going to happen.
Oh, easy. That's like a given. I think Doge to $10 over the next, X number of years is a given. Like
10.
The thing's not going anywhere.
I think $10 is a little crazy.
Yeah, $1 puts you at what, 100 billion. $10 puts you at $1 trillion.
Yeah, like that's. I mean, hey, listen, if we're gonna start flipping GDPs, I guess I'm game for $10.
I don't think so. I was talking to my buddy about this yesterday. The thing about crypto that people like, you got to keep in mind is like, so take Solana, take Ethereum, take Bitcoin, right? These are like, and take AVAX. These are technology networks that people are building on. That is different than an individual equity. So if I look at, what's the market cap of NVIDIA? The market cap of NVIDIA, which is like the best stock, right? Market cap of NVIDIA it's 3.45 T. That's one dude's company. That's like one guy's company. Like a dude started this company and he drove this thing up to 3.45 T. If a company can be at 3.45 T, then a network is going to be just way bigger. Way bigger. And people are already talking about like looking at Tesla and looking at all the lines of business that Tesla is positioned to have success in. In the next 15 years, Tesla could be like a $10 trillion company, basically, or maybe the next 20 years, right? It could literally go to 10 trillion. When you factor in currency debasement and growth, that's like a realistic thing. NVIDIA would be right there. That's a 3x for NVIDIA over the next 20 years. You think that's not possible? In a situation like that, and then when you look at the market cap of gold, and by the way, since I've been buying Bitcoin, gold has gone from like an $8 or a $9 trillion market cap to, what is it now? Gold market cap right now is 18 trillion, dude. Holy smokes. So the thing's doubled in the past 4 years since I started buying Bitcoin. Everyone assumes that Bitcoin's going to hit that gold market cap, right? Not tomorrow, but like over the next X number of years. Well, that's what's Bitcoin's market cap right now? Bitcoin market cap is
1.9 trillion.
Oh, free. It's literally free. Like Bitcoin is literally $0 right now. It's free at $100,000. The thing doesn't cost any money. It's free. So that's a 9x to gold's market cap. Oh, my dog came down. If Bitcoin has a 9x in it just to get to gold's market cap. We're not even talking about starting to eat up bonds or real estate. We're just talking about gold. And you can probably just stack silver on top of that. So add gold and silver's market caps, just stack those together. It's going to flip that guaranteed. It's programmed. It's free. When you look at these other networks, you have to think, well, why can't, another network hit X market cap? Like, these are networks. It's not an individual company like Jensen Huang's NVIDIA company that he's grinded up to $3.5 trillion. I don't know. I just think big. I don't think that this happens in the next 6 to 9 months, but I'm just like, I've sold Doge so many times. I've just bought into it and sold it so many times like an idiot, because I'm like, why am I holding this thing? Should I just put it all in the Bitcoin? Blah, 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 blah. And the move was to just never sell it. Literally never sell it. Dude, we got a guy going, Pengu's going to zero. It's just going to nosedive from $3.15 billion, just nosedive straight to zero. That's what's going to happen. But anyway, I'll stop there for a second. Easy. What do you think of Near?
I like Near a lot. This is the only crypto that was at the NVIDIA conference. So like that alone is really interesting to me.
Near is 6.85B.
Higher.
Yeah.
Higher. That's it. Higher.
Clemente is muted.
It's a 3x from its all-time highs. No, 2x.
2x.
Got it.
It doesn't look like it on that chart.
Well, it's in like the emissions, I'm assuming.
Oh, got it. Price versus market cap.
Yeah. I think AVAX is the strongest. I mean, I don't know. I don't hate it. Like, the thing is, AVAX does like, yeah, I mean, it's showing strength here, but it was at what, $55, right? It got up to 55. Yeah, it's, when you look at the all-time high in terms of price, it was at what, 125 it got to. So, and even during the AVAX Admiral run of March, it's still not up to those levels, right? What did it get? I think it got up to like $60.
March of this year.
March of this year. Go a little bit more, 55. So it got up to 58. 58 was the high it got to, and it's at 40 now. I don't know. I like AVAX. They shipped their AVAX 9000. They're going to start doing a lot of L1s are going to start launching on there. And in order for those things to run properly, it is going to be like with the validator purchases and all of that, like it ends up actually making sense to me in terms of the use for Avalanche and scaling it. But there's so much competition there that it's hard to like, for me to, I'm so not technical to understand, like, why would people build on AVAX versus like Monad, right? Or Base or all those things. That's where I start getting a little bit complicated, but I like Avalanche.
Yeah, Urban World in the comments says your partners. Yes, we work with AVAX, but we've been bullish on AVAX well before we started this partnership. You've heard us talk about AVAX. We've had the AVAX Admiral. We love what they're doing. That's kind of why we chose to partner with them.
We don't work with Doge or Near or what's it called? Or Pengu.
And we wouldn't be taking partnerships if we weren't bullish on the ecosystem as well. So I just wanted to address that and make sure that everyone was aware. That yes, we are working with Avalanche, but we have been bullish on Avalanche even before this partnership began.
Easy's been obsessed with Avalanche for a long time. Quite frankly, the price didn't move for a whole 6 months or something when Easy was really interested in it. Dude, like some of these chains like Chainlink and stuff, still the number 12 largest crypto asset. That's pretty interesting. I don't think I'd plow money into it, but I don't know. Wow, Sui is 14, huh? Holy smokes.
Yeah, I mean, Sui's had a hell of a run this year. I think up, let's see, on the 1 year up 5x, over 5x on the year. Pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, they've been absolutely cooking. People are looking at Sui. They're like, okay, is this like the Solana of this cycle, the L1 that's going to kind of come from below and enter into that top like 5 category? I've definitely seen people bullish on Sui, but I haven't spent a lot of time looking at it myself.
So here's one thing I'm about to do. I was texting Easy about this. So I looked it up, and I had a lot of success with lending. I was lending on Sharkify and it was against Mad Lads, and no one ever defaulted. So every single loan that I did got fully repaid. And in US dollar terms, I made like, thousands of dollars worth of Solana, given Solana's current prices through that lending process. I was pinging easy about it. The liquidity on Sharkify right now is quite thin. It is not what it used to be. It's quite thin. But Easy pointed out that Blur, I think specifically Blend, is available for Ethereum. What do you guys think about issuing loans against either little Pudgies, right, or Easy proposed beans, the Isuki ecosystem beans?
I don't know how.
I like the bean side.
So how would it work? You issue loans, and so you get to issue loans. You get to pick at what price you're issuing them at, and what I with the whole re-auction thing, PO, where like people can basically refinance the loan or call it after a certain period of time, and then there's like, I don't understand that part. I do like the idea though, and like it's just a game that some people are so good at that I have a hard time being like, okay, I'm going to try to compete in this world.
Yeah, so you set your max borrow, you set what your APY is, and then it basically puts out like a loan offer, and someone has to accept it essentially.
Wow, so it's pretty involved.
Yeah, it's not just like someone's asking for a loan, you're taking it from marketplace. You're basically making these loan offers. So then someone can come here and like basically like loan their Pudgy based on one of these offers essentially. You also earn points for Blur, but Blur, I think they pretty much slashed that airdrop a decent amount.
No, the points thing, unless you're farming Hyperliquid, what are you doing, right? I mean, like you might as well be farming Flavia. So I don't know, I like that one.
Oh my God, why?
Yeah, so I can create like a 1 ETH loan at a 25.
Ray, should we become loan sharks? I don't know. Is this dumb? Like, is this just not even worth doing? Like, I'm trying to figure it out because I feel like I like being the house, and I know Cyrus. When I was chatting with Cyrus, he said this is like basically all he does now.
Yeah, I think if you really dive into this, but I think the issue is that like you need to take time to dive into this, understand like how it works. Like you would need to spend like I would need to spend like a week on here, like looking at how these loans work. I probably need to like write something custom to like tell them like make something of this data because like this isn't like helping me. The visual data on this UX isn't helping me a ton to figure out like what's filling, how quickly it's filling, like what's defaulting, etc. So like I would need a lot of like knowledge to like do this. And I think Cyrus probably possesses that knowledge, doing it for a long time, and he's making money on it. Just like anything, if you have an edge, I'm sure there's money to be made. Like I'm sure you can put out like attractive loans that are liable to be accepted by people who potentially don't realize it's not a great deal for the loan taker. It is a good deal for the lender. But yeah, I mean, you could treat it as like, okay, it's almost like a limit order on a Pudgy that has like upside where you get potentially someone takes a loan, they pay it back, you get interest, or they default, you get a Pudgy at a cheaper price than the floor. So definitely could play it that way.
Ray, click on all loans, can you? Interesting. Got it. So look at this.
So these are people put
loans.
Okay.
So like this person borrowed 3.6 ETH. So they're going to default on this Pudgy essentially.
They're going to default on it because Pudgies are less than 3.6 ETH?
Yes, unless that Pudgy still has its
Pengu claim.
Pengu. Correct.
Which
but then
all of my Pudgies
like,
do.
Yeah. Your Pudgies still have their Pengu.
All of it. Yeah, because I'm going to claim it in 2025. And I've also, by the way, let me see what's going on Bullx right now. I bought a bunch of Pengu. And Clemente was like, wow, why are you doing that? Is that why? How are you gonna?
I think I said that too. You bought on the show. You bought one soul of Pengu, and I was like, absolute drop in the bucket compared to what you're about to claim. This is crazy stuff.
Yeah, but I gradually accumulate, and so my average cost is 3B on 10.5K of bought Pengu.
Wow. Okay.
You like that, Clemente?
When you just bought one soul, like immediately, I was like, that's just like a little odd. But it makes more sense. I didn't realize you were going into like the position that you ended up going into at the time.
I'm up $20 on Fartcoin.
Let's go.
I'm down $20 on GOAT. Screw that thing. I'm down $121 on Quant. Thanks, Ray.
What
Yeah,
about Flavia?
I'm down $100 on
I've
Quant.
sold Flavia. Like I put $40 into Flavia. I just always thought it was a funny name. And how Popcan came in here was like, thank me later, Flavia, buy it. And then it just went straight down. I was like, what was the point of that? So easy. Have you ever done the blur lending thing?
No, I mean, I don't hold much on ETH. That's the difference. Like, it's not really been something for me that I've dove into. I've always just liked the Solana versions of them, just because it's like I click a button and it works. That's always been way easier, like significantly easier. But I mean, it makes sense. Like if I'm in a lend, I'd probably just find one for someone who's looking for a loan or get it as low to the floor as possible, like or as close to where people are taking them. And I just think beans are the most upside, so you'd kind of want someone to default on it.
What are beans at?
2 ETH, I think.
How the tables have turned, Easy.
Yeah, ever since you got out for good, I've become increasingly more bullish on beans.
Wait, I just Googled Isuki bean, and there's an actual bean called an Adzuki bean.
Oh yeah, they are.
Like,
They are.
Azuki's a bean. So like they're like they always had that bean was like the even before beans dropped, it was like part of the lore. Like their Bobu the bean farmer. If you remember him, the ERC 1155, he had one of those beans.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, even before these launched, because these were the surprise airdrop they had at I think at their Vegas event way back
So
when.
there's elemental beans and there's beans.
Yep, just like there's elemental Azuki.
Damn, it's a lot of beans, bro. Well, so wait, beans are only 0.73. So easy. Are you talking about doing elemental beans or beans?
How much are beans? 0.73, just those, yeah. Not the elementals, no, just those.
Huh. Interesting. It's really hard to tell what NFTs are going to go up, man.
These elemental
Azuki will.
beans are unrevealed elementals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So that's why there's a premium, because people are gambling on rarity?
Yeah, because
Yes.
elementals are 1.6. You can gamble on rarity, and rarity matters in terms of Memecoin airdrop.
Interesting.
So like when you go into Azuki's platform, you get different badges for holding different traits. Rarer traits give you like badges that are more sought after.
Very interesting. Okay. How much are Milady's?
4.5. Like this one caught my eye because these have been like pretty down only during this NFT season, which is like
What are they going to
very
go to?
interesting.
10?
Probably.
You buying
the
one
ladies.
easy?
No, dude, I like, if I'm going to buy anything on ETH, it's going to be from the Isuki ecosystem, just because we haven't gotten full anime chain announcements yet. So I'm more interested in that. And then if I'm looking for like anything else, it's tough over there. But like Isuki just seems to be the most interesting with how we saw Penguins run with their token announcement. So like that's interesting. If I really wanted to go down the risk curve, maybe some Genesis, because I think those can 2x with the OpenSea airdrop teas. Jirasan at 0.84 is interesting to me just because they have a ton of stuff with redacted coin. Like that's
I would go
interesting.
Jirasan as my official pick for tokens. The problem with Isuki, right? And keep in mind, I love Isuki. It's how much of the token is already priced in, right? Like people weren't expecting this Pengu token, right? It was abstract, was pretty much the carrot. We've been talking about this Isuki token, this anime token for the last year, right? Or whatever, 8 months. So how much of that is already priced in? I think a significant part is, right? I think we can still see a pump off of it, right? But like, what else can they do, right? We already know this token is coming. We already know it's factored in for rarity in your collector profile and the gotcha things and all of that. What else could they say that's going to pump it further? I don't know, other than like people FOMOing in. I do think these can still pump, but nowhere near like the 2x in a week that we saw with the Pudgy ecosystem.
Real quick before we wrap, let's do it with the beans. Ray, see what Alfalfa said? He said go to any collection. So let's go to the beans collection and click all loans and look for the yellow ones. These are in auction. You can take those auction ones right now. There's a lend button right there on those.
So I don't see so these when I'm looking at yellow here, it says active loan outlier. So I don't actually see that. So this one is an auction here. So yeah, I guess you can take this one if you wanted to. You could take a 0.3 borrow at 41%. So what happens if I had lend here? Okay,
Insufficient pool funds.
so that actually would have, like, since you have to, the way the lending pool works, you have to deposit your Blur ETH into
the pool.
Into the pool, and then clicking that would have just like instantly lent. So it's a good thing that I don't have anything in the pool, because I would have just taken that lend option. I was expecting confirmation, and it was just like immediately.
So wait a minute. So you take that lend option. What's that liquidity? What's the amount? The borrow amount?
0.3 ETH borrow at a 41% LTV.
26% interest. So they're putting up their bean as collateral, and you would be lending them 0.3 ETH. Is that correct?
I'm not exactly
Is that correct?
sure here.
Yeah.
So that would have been a good deal, right? Because the beans are worth 0.7 on the open market. So if you just lend someone 0.3 ETH right now, you're only risking 0.3 ETH. You're going to catch 26% interest on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like a really good deal.
It seems like a no-brainer. I'm just trying to figure out like why it's not.
Why is there? Yeah, why is there this one at 41% when everything else is?
Is that bean stolen?
Yeah, maybe there's something going on there. Is it locked?
I'm dead serious. Like, is that what the issue is? Is it
let's look at it on OpenSea.
Is it a stolen bean? So that's the issue.
Bean. Yeah, there's a robbery that happened here. That's the official, I think, stance on this.
Actually,
I don't know.
It's listed on OpenSea at 0.8 ETH. It was sold 4 days ago.
Oh, it's an auction. So people can bid more on that. So you could come in and put 0.5 for the loan.
Yeah, okay, that makes
sense. To take it over.
And then the other ones are like 140% LTV. So why would you ever lend? Why would you lend more than what the NFT is worth? That doesn't make any sense, because then the person's like, gotcha, and just takes the money. Like, why? I don't get it.
Yeah, like you're giving.
I think they took out the loan and then the price went down. Would be what I think happened. Possibly.
Oh no, he's saying like, why would you take over any of these loans? You wouldn't take over any of the loans where the borrow is higher than the floor, unless like it has like an attractive APY. Like this 0.9 is above the floor, but has 172% APY on it. You're bullish on beans over like a longer time frame. If they don't default immediately onto you, like you could potentially earn APY as well as if the price goes up, then you're back in the green.
I feel like this has to be a thing. Like, I'd love to know more about the lending side of NFTs, because I feel like it's one of the most interesting sides. I was also thinking about it. We can kind of end on this, but like owning real Bitcoin, like owning actual Bitcoin, like on-chain Bitcoin in the future, like in a long time from now, is going to be insanely valuable, because you're just going to be able to do so much stuff with it. Like, you're going to be able to like borrow against it. You're going to be able to lend it out. Having real Bitcoin is going to be nuts in the future. I think that also extends to other crypto, but it's just not the same thing. Like, as far as like commodities go, like you're seeing the issues that exist with ETH. You're seeing, Solana's emissions. You're seeing all these different things. None of that applies to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like the hard asset that will be like something that anybody wants. Just having liquid Bitcoin in the future is going to be very, very valuable. Like, holy smokes, And as I like plow more money into MicroStrategy, I'm like, so do I think that this is going to go insane? Yes, I do. But I also want to remember to continue to accumulate a bunch of liquid Bitcoin, because the future is bright for that. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be valuable as hell to be able to lend your Bitcoin, borrow against your Bitcoin, all that stuff. The lending side of NFTs is really interesting to me, but it still seems so niche. There's no liquidity on any of this stuff. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Because it's like, do people really want the NFT?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, NFT needs to have inherent value and demand for it to have that like deep liquidity that you do on like majors like Bitcoin.
Yep, that's true. All right, you guys want to wrap? Christmas Eve, you want to wrap?
Yep, Christmas Eve. Thank you all for joining us today on a Christmas Eve show. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. Watch us back on YouTube. See what we're looking at. Check out our charts. Hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. We'll be back at it on Thursday. Enjoy your Christmas Eve. We'll see you on Thursday.